What's up, everyone? Garage 79R. Been busy beaver the last 2 months. I haven't made a video. Um, been working on the Stadia. It's a 260 RS All Tech. Basically Skyline GTR station wagon. It's really cool. Been doing a lot of production work in the shop for my landlord, so that's been taking a lot of time, and that is priority work. It needs to get done because other people rely on it. But also just got done working on this MR2. This is a K24 swapped MR2. It's my buddy Andrew's car, and we raced together in autocross. And this is the latest evolution of this car, is put this rear wing on it. It's a 9 lives rear wing. I custom made the rear mounts so they're welded into the chassis, and the wing just slips in there. And that's so if he wanted to, he can get another hood that's not cut, and when it's like in the off season, he can leave the wing off of it and it looks fine. So kind of you can't really see. I'm not going to open the hood because it's a little tricky when you got to work around the wing. But so that's done. I can't wait to see what this car does next year, because this car and Andrew are both getting faster and faster. It's not fast enough to beat an old Yaris, but it has raw timed me a few times. So it's proper good. And he actually let me take it for a spin around the block today. And it's good. It's the steering is phenomenal. And I didn't really I railed it in the straight line, but I didn't really send it in any corners because I'm not going to find a limit on the street in somebody else's car. I'm just not going to do that. But what little I played with it, it's phenomenal. He's done a really good job setting his car up. So, speaking of setting cars up, also in the last 2 months, where are we at? Earl. Hi, Earl. Earl is sorted. It's running really good. I actually also now have a rising boost curve. I did that to kind of offset the power loss after 5,000, 5,500. So it now rises from 7 pounds to 13.5 pounds by 6,000 RPM. And I did that, to give it more of that linear feel, kind of like almost like a centrifugal supercharged car or like a VTEC car, where it's just more RPM is more power. So far it feels really good. I like it. I've cleaned up the map a little bit. I've also lessened some of the duty cycle, like part throttle boost, to kind of give it more of a progressive feel. And so far it feels really, really good. I have not raced Earl yet. I've also, if you follow my Instagram channel, underscore garage 79R underscore, I now have full aero for Earl. It's all sitting right there because I don't want to destroy it on the street. But yeah, I'll sprinkle the picture in. When Earl's all aeroed up, Earl looks like a beast. And I can't wait to drive it. I have another event coming up. It's not a points event. It's with another run group. And I want to try to make it for that with full aero and see how the car drives. I've also modified the lower control arms to give the car more caster. And that feels, and in the process of doing that and, planning with the aero, I also put my old white line front sway bar on the car. So the combination of all that, the car feels amazing. The added caster, I gained another degree of caster. Now, if you know these cars at all, they have no caster to begin with. They leave the factory with like 0.2 degrees of caster or something like that. It has the plates also, that the anti-lift plates are supposed to help with caster a little bit. And I think the car had like 0.6 degrees of caster, like it's nothing. Now with my modified control arms, the car has almost 1.5 degrees of caster. I've also, so what I did was basically relocate the lower ball joint forward about 1/2 inch. So I did that to gain caster, but also get the wheel, because on these on Tercels, the wheel sits kind of behind the center of the opening in the fender, so it pushed it just past center and looks a little nicer. But it was primarily for the better geometry and make the car drive better. And so far, it's driving really good. I've also, I wonder if I can zoom in. Can I? Oh yeah. I put hood vents on the car, and they seem to work. I didn't want anything crazy, So I got traditional like hot rod style louvers, and they're aluminum, and they were actually 7 louvers long, but I shortened them to 4 because I didn't want this huge thing. And I was trying to strategically place them in places so if water dripped down, doesn't really mess with anything. So that's where I ended up. I lost the sticker on the hood for the shop, but I might get another one made because I had to peel that off. So I wasn't going to cut the sticker. It would have been stupid. So I might get another one made for the hood. I don't know. I kind of like the hood without a big sticker. I don't know. We'll see. That's not important. But what's really important is the car's running good. Also, I won XB again this year. The last event, I didn't run Earl because it was a heavy rain event, and I knew the Yaris would be better in that with the little 205 tires. And it did. I actually got first in points. That was a Saturday event, so I got first in points on Saturday. So Andrew in this MR2 and Mike with the Supercharged Miata, who are my main 2 competitors in XB in our region, didn't do too strong in the rain, and so I took the Yaris. I knew the Yaris would do good, and it did. So it was piss and rain. It was a proper wet event, not moist, not a little rain. We had pools out there. I think somebody had a bathing suit on at some point. I don't know, but it was a good time, and I can't wait for 2024 with this thing having aero, my car having aero. I don't know what Mike's got up his sleeve yet. I know he's trying to find a better tire combination for his car. He normally runs like a 255 or a 265 on the Miata. So we'll see. What I want to do with the control arms, now that I know that how the car responds to the added caster, I'm thinking of making a tubular control arm replacement with the added caster built in. Basically what I did, if you follow my Instagram, I chopped off the control arm, made a new mounting plate, and just welded it in there. It's a good trial mod to do. Not that I don't trust it, but that's not the most professional way of doing things. I'd rather just have a full custom tubular control arm that can really take the load. So that's the plan. At some point, I want to make tubular control arms for the car, and maybe I can offer, and maybe I can sell it at some point. I don't know. I need to get back on my strut towers. I need to make them fit a little bit nicer before I can just start selling them. And I think I might, if that all comes together the way I think, I might have like an online store where I make these specialized parts for these cars. I know it's not going to be a big seller, but if I can make a few bucks to kind of offset some of the things, that'd be great. And I'm trying to make good parts that really improve the cars. So that's what's kind of in my mind. So we'll see. I also, I have a few shirt designs that I'm trying to sell. I have one with Earl on it, and I also have another design. It's just basically it's very hyper specific for the class. Basically says XB is greater than XA. Just kind of a funny thing. So anyway, I'm starting to phlegm up here. I'm starting to struggle to talk. But that's what's going on. So Cliff Notes, Earl now has full aero and is running good with more boost. The Yaris cinched it again this year and allowed me to win in points. So I've won XB for the 3rd year in a row. Been busy in the shop. What else is going on? That's about it. Floyd, nothing new with Floyd. I've just been driving its nuts off. I drove 250 miles in it last Friday, just looking at the trees. And I have some plans for Floyd. The right headlight, I got those projectors, retrofitting the headlights. The right one likes to stick sometimes, so I'm thinking about getting some new projectors for it. So that might happen, but I'm not in no rush to do that at the same time. That's about it. Oh, and the Yaris, I took the intake off of it. This was the intake I had on the Yaris, the short ram. That's gone. Well, not gone, but it's not on the car anymore. I put the stock airbox back in it. And I like it. It's nice. It's quieter. That intake made a lot of ruckus. I didn't realize how much noise I was getting on a regular basis, even like moderate driving. And I like it. And it runs, it runs a little bit better. I've always had struggles with the MAF sensor, but now it runs smooth, and it makes no difference in power. I've actually dyno tested the Yaris with this intake and the factory one, and it's like within a quarter horsepower. Like, it's nothing. It was more about the noise. So anyway, guys, I'll try and make another video soon, and I'll see you on the next one.